Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So we are back with NFL Rivals. It's a game, mobile game, I've done quite a lot of videos about over the year, and it is the game that we are saying in 2023 was the most significant blockchain game of 2023. So notice, not saying it is our favourite game, or even saying it is the best game, although I think there are arguments to be made in both those cases, but slightly different in the sense we're saying this is the most significant blockchain game. So why are we saying that? So I think one of the big pushes, one of the big trends in 2023 has been Web3 games, blockchain games, and how they get distribution through what we might consider sort of traditional distribution platforms. So clearly on the PC side, Steam hasn't allowed any Web3 games to be released. And if you're a PC game, you sort of go through Epic Game Store. At the moment, although there's not really been any great success stories of PC games through the Epic Game Store, we'll see how that pans out in 2024. But for mobile platforms, so the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, there have been quite a lot of games released. And in terms of the significance for NFL Rivals from Mythical Games, I think the significance is two ways. One is the sort of quality of the experience and what it involves in terms of blockchain, and also the relative success, I guess we can say. So we haven't got any sort of hard figures, but it has been tweeted out that this game has done 4 million downloads across both Apple and Google, and that's not an enormous number, but it is clearly a fairly large number. I guess there's some marketing that's happened to get those numbers. It's not just happened through organic downloads. But it is I think it's operating on a scale that not many blockchain games have had that many downloads. I mean, the only one that would get close to that would be Axie Infinity, the original one back in 2021. So this game has not sort of shaken up the blockchain game space in a way that Axie Infinity has, and that's partly because this is a blockchain game and it has sort of quite a lot of interesting blockchain elements to it. But these are not these are only made available in the way that the Apple and Google allow you to do that through the app stores. Obviously, we hope that changes, becomes more open in 2024, but we are where we are in 2023. So with NFL Rivals, where are the NFTs, you might be asking? Good question. So this is the new update, so fairly recent update. And if you want to find some NFTs, that's fairly straightforward. You can go here and look at my team. So obviously this is a licensed American football game. So we have all these American football players in the correct positions as you would have in a American football game, and all these players are NFTs. So when you start off, you don't have any NFTs, and you can play this game without NFTs. So if you're playing with just sort of the default players, they would be where the names are either backed by a blue box or a red box. For the non-NFT versions, they would be just backed by a grey box. So you can just play this game with NFTs or without NFTs, and you wouldn't even know these are NFTs. NFTs are not mentioned anywhere in the game. So obviously that's sort of one key thing that Mythical have always been very keen on. Don't put the tech, forward and center if it doesn't matter. Allow people to have a good game. So I will play the game, but I'll do that towards the end. So you can just play this game, download it from the app stores, and you can basically go through and just do. You play it as you would any sort of typical free-to-play mobile game. So we can see here, I can buy a boosted Luminous pack of defensive players, and I'm doing that with Apple app, with my normal Apple App Store, Google Play Pay. In this case, this would be £24, maybe $28, something like that. And in this case, you can see here, because these ones are the background of these are coloured. So I could buy this pack and I would be getting NFTs. So it doesn't say NFTs anywhere, it just says rare limited edition defensive players. Players are tradable on the Mythical marketplace, which is the blockchain sort of a part of the marketplace. Not in the app, not really in the app at the moment. So I can just spend my money, and I'm getting sort of crypto assets. I can look at some of these. You can see on this second one, the boosted 7x player base. Some of them are NFTs, some of them are not. Some of them are grey background. So those wouldn't be NFTs. They sort of operate in the same way, just that NFTs generally are more powerful, and obviously you can trade them. Can't trade in the app at the moment. Again, that's something coming in 2024, they say. So it's a very typical sort of game. I can just spend my money buying these sort of randomized packs that would have, I'm not buying specific players. I'm just buying, defensive or offensive players depending on what packs I buy, and it's guaranteed a power. It's a guaranteed power level, and you can see a bonus blueprint. A bonus blueprint is interestingly how you take a non-NFT and you combine it with a bonus blueprint and you can turn it into an NFT. So there's a way where people can sort of create NFTs. Other things on the marketplace, on the shop, there are usual things we expect with a free-to-play game. So I can buy gems, which is the hard currency. I can use gems to buy coins, the soft currency. So you can see those at the top of the screen. I just get those through gameplay. I can buy them. I've not bought any of these, so these are just the moment these totals are what I've got through gameplay. Then there's the credit system. This is a little bit different. This is part of the significance, I think, of this game. Was the second game to do this. Steppen was the first. But this is a special. This credits is a special currency that's been introduced, and that's how I buy NFTs. So if I move from the shop to the market, so this bit is fairly new. So now this is actually looking at the NFT marketplace, which you can also interact with on a web browser. And here we can see, I'm looking at this is just a random selection here. So we can see here these NFT players. We can see their power and their level, and we can see that they are priced in credits. And the reason that you wouldn't really choose to do that from a blockchain point of view, but this is how Apple and Google get their 30%. So Apple and Google demand 30% of transactions through their app stores. And because you're using this special credit system that you have to buy with money, that's how they get their 30% effectively. So these are actually it is a so you are if you buy these through the app, you do pay 30% more. It seems like a slightly random. It sort of depends, but it's at least 30% more because you're buying them, and Apple and Google take their 30%. If you want to buy these in the web marketplace, you can do that, and they just show up in your game, and you're just doing that on a web interface, so you're not paying Apple and Google, and you see that now with lots of mobile games that people like Supercell and Playtika have their own web marketplaces where you can buy hard currency gems for those games. So this is nothing to do with blockchain. This is just Apple and Google's sort of system. So that's pretty cool. And the other blockchain bit here, which is sort of slightly more complex, is this is a squad. So this is sort of an alliance system. So you can also buy these helmets. So I have this helmet here, you can see with pom-poms on the side, and I created a squad called Big Bill's Bongos, and it is just a squad. Obviously you can have more than one here, but we can just see here, this is the owner, it's got 50 members, the score, I don't really do anything with it, but then I also, I spent money buying one of these NFTs. You can't buy these through the app. You have to buy these on the website, and because of that, I get this special currency called what's it called? Gold. Yeah. So I've got 1,000 gold, and the only way to get gold is to have a squad, is to be the owner of a squad, and the only way to be the owner of a squad is to own one of these other NFTs. So you can see here I can buy some discounts. Or I can buy some coins. Sometimes there's other things in there, so I can just spend some of my gold, and I can get some more gems, and I can use my gems to buy other things in there. So the significance of NFL Rivals, is the way that it is taking basic blockchain sort of fundamentals, primitives, and then integrating those with the ways that people like Apple and Google want blockchain products to work. And I think the other reason that this product is significant is that it seems like behind the scenes that this is a product that Apple and Google are sort of learning about blockchain. So this is Mythical Games are a sort of well-known, well-funded US company. They are sort of proper games company, proper blockchain games company, and they are sort of teaching Apple and Google a little bit about how the system works and how you want it, sort of how they would like things to work. And you can just see, I think, over time that Apple and Google are just getting a little more sort of educated and getting a little more comfortable with how some of these things could work. They still have their own rules and conditions. We wish maybe they didn't, but platforms are always going to have their own sort of rules because it's their platform. And I really think something like NFL Rivals is probably the best example of a game that is playing by the rules at the moment, and that is also changing the encouraging Apple and Google to modify their rules, which will make it easier for everyone. So let's very quickly show how the game works. The game sort of itself actually is sort of fairly straightforward. Just collect some rewards here. So let's got some gems and some level up stuff here. So I just go in and I'm just going to play a game. It's hard to play a game and commentate at the same time. So this is I have 5. Basically, it's an energy-based system here. So I have 5 energies, and I'm going to play this other player and some other guest. I'm playing. He's not playing. It's not a synchronous game. Excuse me. I'm just playing against his stats. So I'm running this quarterback here and see get mashed. So I made up the pitch. Now I get to choose some modes. Oh, sorry, I'm probably messing up the microphone here. So then I throw, and then I try and get up the pitch. So the game itself is pretty solid and enjoyable. If I can do this, get a touchdown. Let's see. So let's put the afterburners on. There we go. Get a touchdown. So there we get a touchdown, and I can then get a conversion if I do it right. So it's sort of fairly simple gameplay. It's not a very deep sort of management game, but that's there's enough in there. This is the gameplay. You've got the meta about leveling up your players, and obviously the other thing with these are all NFTs that I have. So then I can go and level them up, and then if I want to, I can sell them on for whatever money I can get for them, and maybe spend some more money and get better players. So I think this is a blockchain project that does everything you would expect. And more is coming in 2024, and the significance is it is educating the industry as well about blockchain games. So that is what we think about NFL Rivals. Thanks for watching the video. See you again soon.